So today I wanted to take you on a little tour of traditional building techniques in Northern Thailand. Northern Thailand, Thailand in general, is quite a rapidly developing country, and obviously if you go to any of the big cities, you'll find lots of concrete buildings as you would everywhere, and that sort of thing. But up here, up in the north, especially in the more rural parts, you can still find loads of buildings and houses that are built using traditional methods and traditional materials, which pretty much are teak wood, teak leaves, bamboo, and in some villages even cob. So I just wanted to show you a little bit about that and tell you a little bit about it, and I hope you'll find it interesting. And sorry if I'm sniffling, by the way, I have caught a cold. I have the immune system of a gnat. But no, in all fairness to me, it gets pretty cold up in the mountains. So when we were doing that motorbike trip I told you about last week, it got really cold early in the morning and later in the day, and I just caught a bit of a chill, so I'm a bit sniffly at the moment. But anyway, this is one of the first ways to build with bamboo. This is big bamboo that's been split and flattened across some cross beams to make a bridge over the rice paddies. And as you can see, the rice paddies are dry at the moment because it's dry season. And the bridge is really creaky and springy because bamboo is so flexible, so it's quite unnerving and you feel like your foot might just go straight through, but it's actually a very, very strong material to build with. And part of the reason it's so good to build with is because insects out here don't chew it. Most woods get absolutely destroyed by termites and the likes, but bamboo isn't actually a wood, it's a grass, and it's got a lot of cellulose in it, which is why the insects don't eat it, and that makes it ideal to build houses with. This is actually a little house that we stayed in over Christmas for a few days, which had a really, really lovely view. And so also when building houses, sometimes the bamboo is woven into some quite pretty patterns, or it can also be with smaller bamboo woven into this really tight, like they make quite a tight weave with it, and they make these panels which are then really easy and cheap to replace as and when needed, because although the insects don't eat them, every 5 to 10 years or so those bamboo panels need to be replaced, and you can see with my hand there the sort of scale of the bamboo weave. But although they need to be replaced kind of regularly, bamboo grows locally, it's really cheap, it's really light, so it's actually very easy to do, and that's kind of ideal for some of the poorer villages and communities out here, ideal for them to build with. So this is another building technique, creating thatch from teak leaves, and this roof structure is actually quite a traditional setup up here. So you can see the gap at the top there. The rain can't get in, but it will allow the hot air that rises underneath the roof to then escape out of these holes, and it keeps the space underneath the roof a little warmer. And so the thatch is completely made out of teak leaves, which are woven using bamboo. And insects, same as with bamboo, insects don't eat teak leaves. Teak leaves are very big, very tough, and they're full of oils. And although the insects don't eat them, there you go, you can see the underside of the roof. You can see how all the leaves are woven with the bamboo, and they rest on bamboo crossbeams as well. But the dryness over time gets to them, and then the leaves start to crumble away, and then the panels have to be replaced, same as with the bamboo panels. And teak is a very hard-growing, slow-growing wood, and so it also used to be used for the building of houses out here. Sadly, there's not that many of them left around. There was a lot of logging back in the 20th century, a lot of European countries buying up all the teak from Thailand, and a lot of the traditional houses got dismantled so that they could sell the wood. Because teak is such a slow growing wood, it's become very valuable and there's not much left of it now. So nowadays it's very expensive to build with teak. You'll see teak furniture, but it's rare that you'll see someone building a new house out of teak. And this is a slightly unusual building technique for Thailand, in that it's actually not Thai, it's Chinese, building houses out of cob, which is a mixture of clay and straw. It's basically earth houses. And Thai people don't build with cob, but these Chinese people from the Yunnan province came to northern Thailand and settled and built villages using their own traditional techniques. And so you won't find these kinds of houses anywhere else in Thailand, and you will only find that in certain Chinese villages up here in northern Thailand. And it was actually visiting some of these little Chinese villages that I was inspired to I don't want to give you any spoilers. Basically, these little Chinese villages ended up inspiring a very small portion of a setting in the Shadow Palace. So I guess you will find out what that is in about a week's time when the Shadow Palace launches. I hope you enjoyed this little look at northern Thailand, and I will catch you guys next week for the release of the Shadow Palace.